y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Sean, this is UCM Pigs, and today we're out doing a 2-year update on my handlebars from Dominator Industries. Now before we get started, let me remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always on my channel, if you don't feel like typing words, just leave me an emoji. Let me know you were here. I'd greatly appreciate that. So I was going through some of my footage the other day and just thinking about things, and I realized I've been running these bars now for about 2 years and I haven't done a follow-up on them. And that's one thing I like to do on my channel. If I am going to show you guys a product, I want to use it for a while and give you my thoughts after some extensive use. I always do the the first reaction or response to a product when I get it, but I like to 6 months, a year, do an update or a follow-on and let you know if my feelings have changed towards the product. And I wanted to talk about these bars, and more specifically what I would have done differently. Now with that said, I am not at all displeased with anything about these bars as far as Dominator is concerned. They have a fantastic product at a great price, if I might add. I did a video on my initial video on these bars. I'll put a link in here, and I'll also link in the description. So if you came to this video looking for information on Dominator's bars, I would encourage you to go look at that video and see my initial thoughts and a little bit on how I installed. It was not a play-by-play install. I just covered some high points. So these are the Dominator 10-inch meat hook handlebars, and they are pre-wired. And I'm telling you right now, if you're in the market for bars, that is definitely the way to go. You want to go with a pre-wired setup, because especially if you're going to something like a meat hook style, which if you look is where it comes up to this really sharp point here at the top, that is a pain to snake wires past. Now these are pre-wired. They come with all the wiring you need for your thumb controls. The only thing that you have to snake is your throttle by wire, which really is not that hard. There is a trick to it, and that trick is you want to cut that factory shrink wrap off of it, or that it's not really shrink wrap, it's just kind of a tube that goes around that wire, because it's about 6 or 8 wires all combined in there. You want to cut that off, and then you want to re-shrink wrap it and make it a little more rigid, and then what that'll allow you to do, the bars will come with a guide wire installed as well, and what that allows you to do is connect your guide wire and then push it through your bars. And that's the trick when snaking any type of wires through handlebars or any type of tube. You want to push, not pull. A lot of people make the mistake and they think that guide wire is to pull with, and they end up stretching their wires, breaking a wire, they lose their connection, and now they got to refish again. You want to push and then just use it as a guide wire, hence its name, guide wire. So like I mentioned, it comes all pre-wired. If you're not familiar, on a touring motorcycle, you're looking at about 14 or 15 wires per side. Now I purposely came this way. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm coming home from Norfolk, Virginia Beach area, and I purposely came this way to avoid traffic, and I don't know what in the world's going on here. If you're in the market for some bars, I would highly encourage you to go over to Dominator, check out their website, see what they've got available. They have released bars for the new style CVOs, the new fairings, so the new Street Glide and Road Glide fairings. They have released new bars for those. So if you're somebody that has one of these new motorcycles, go check out Dominator, see what you think. But let's get back into what I would have done differently. So as I mentioned, these are the 10-inch meat hooks, and the reason why I went with 10-inch, well, there's twofold. The main reason, I guess I would say, is my shoulders. I have torn my rotators several times, and I have chronic shoulder pain, and it's more comfortable for me to have my arms straight out versus up high or down low. So that was crucial to me. And then the second reason I went with the 10-inch is I didn't have to replace or extend any of my existing cables. I did have to do a little rerouting, but I did not have to swap out my factory, brake, clutch, and all those cables, or buy extensions for them. Now, since then, I have learned that I could have done that with a 12-inch as well. I could have done a little more rerouting and still kept my factory cabling, but my concern then would be my hands would be higher than my shoulders when stretched out. So another thing that I wasn't thinking about at the time, I upgraded my seat. I'm now running a Mustang touring seat, and that sits me up a little higher and a little more forward. So now a 12-inch would actually have my arms a little more level, I would think. So that's something I would have done a little different. So if you're shopping for bars and you haven't done your seat or anything like that, that's something you might want to take in consideration, that your seating position is going to affect where your hands are going to lay on the bars. Now, I am not a fan of ape hangers on touring motorcycles. I kind of think it defeats the whole purpose of a fairing. The fairing is there for your protection against the wind and the elements, and when your hands are up above them, you've kind of just defeated that whole thing. And yeah, I know they got hand guards, and I don't know who came up with the idea to put dirt bike hand guards on a touring motorcycle. But anyway, so yeah, Dominator Industries, American-made company. I'm super pleased with them. As you can see, they're still on the bike. They're still in great condition. Noella May, my 2016 Ultra Classic that I ride, is a daily rider, and I will admit I do not wash her as often as I should. And there's no rust, no corrosion, no spotting. I mean, it's got water spots on it right now because I just haven't washed her, but they still have a great chrome appearance, no chipping, nothing like that. And I just think they're an overall good-looking bar on a touring motorcycle. Kind of gives it that classic look. It's not too aggressive where somebody might say, oh, you're going to impale yourself. It just gives it a nice meat hook look, and it looks a little better than stock. So go check out Dominator Industries if you're thinking about bars. I think you'll be impressed with their prices. Like I said, be sure and consider pre-wiring. I think that is definitely the way to go. And go watch my video on that, and be watching my channel too, because we might be rectifying this 12-inch problem. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So that's all I've got for this week. It was just kind of a spur of the minute vlog. I kind of wanted to get out on the bike. I was out running some errands, and I always carry my cameras with me, and this is something that just popped in my head, and I said, hey, let's do this follow-up in a moto vlog style, because I haven't done any moto vlogs in a while, and I am tired of being behind smileys here. This is the last time I try to avoid traffic. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you have an awesome weekend coming up. And until we talk again, you guys be careful. You guys be safe. Always keep your shiny side up. And we'll talk to you next time.